American intel expects Iran to strike multiple targets inside Israel within the next few days in retaliation for an Israeli strike on the Iranian Embassy complex in Damascus on April 1st that killed several senior Iranian Republican Guard Quds force commanders. It's well documented that Iran has the largest arsenal of ballistic missiles and drones in the Middle East, including cruise missiles, anti-ship missiles, and long-range ballistic missiles with max ranges of over 1,200 miles, and any Iranian strike on Israel would most likely employ those weapons rather than manned fixed-wing airplanes. Iran also has a lot of drones with similar range capability that fly low and slow and can swarm to confuse and task-saturate defense radar operators. According to IDF spokesman Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari, Israel is on high alert for an Iranian attack and is prepared to respond. Admiral Hagari also said, Iran will bear the consequences for choosing to escalate the situation any further. He added that Iran's network of terror doesn't just threaten the people of Israel, Gaza, Lebanon, and Syria. The regime in Iran fuels the war in Ukraine and beyond. President Joe Biden said he expects Iran to attack Israel sooner rather than later, and he urged Tehran to restrain themselves using the same line he's used to warn Iran before. Don't. Spokesman for the White House also said that the enemies of Israel shouldn't misinterpret the well-publicized tensions Biden's had in recent weeks with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu over the IDF's execution of the war in Gaza. The president said, "We are devoted to the defense of Israel. We will help defend Israel, and Iran will not succeed." To underscore that point, he ordered the top American military commander for the Middle East, General Michael E. Carroll, to travel to Israel this week to coordinate a response should Iran attack. Once he got there, General Carroll told reporters, "If Iran attacks, we will know how to respond." The Pentagon's immediate military response has been to move several of the Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyers attached to the Eisenhower Strike Group closer to the Strait of Hormuz. It's unclear whether the aircraft carrier Eisenhower, that has been stationed in the region since early November, has moved eastward as well. The specifics about the response General Carroll alluded to are unknown, of course, as that planning is ongoing and in constant flux, and those sorts of plans are highly classified. But as we've documented in previous episodes, the destroyers and cruiser that are part of the Ike Strike Group have power projection capability in the form of Tomahawk land attack cruise missiles, and the Super Hornets and Growlers of Carrier Air Wing 3 aboard the aircraft carrier can jam Iranian radars and drop JDAM GPS-guided bombs with great precision while both defending themselves against the potential air threat and staying outside of surface-to-air missile envelopes. And as the U.S. has demonstrated in recent months against targets in Iraq and Syria, Air Force strategic bombers could launch from as far away as bases in South Dakota and Texas to take out targets in Iran if required. The U.S. Navy can also defend itself against the Iranian fleet should those warships attempt to venture away from their ports. For historical precedent on what that would look like, please see my episode about Operation Praying Mantis. As far as American boots on the ground goes, which is a highly unlikely contingency, there is currently no amphibious ready group in the 5th Fleet AOR, and hasn't been since the Bataan ARG left several months ago. The Boxer ARG was on its way from San Diego, but the USS Boxer was forced to turn around due to engine problems, and now won't deploy for several months. Meanwhile, Iranian commandos just seized an Israeli-linked ship near the Strait of Hormuz, according to Iran state media. Iran's Paramilitary Revolutionary Guard, the IRGC, claimed responsibility for what it called a, quote, seizure of a foreign vessel affiliated with the Zionist regime in the Persian Gulf, end quote. Footage of the incident taken by the crew of the ship shows commandos rappelling down from an IRGC helicopter. The vessel involved is reportedly the Portuguese-flagged MSC Ares, a container ship associated with London-based Zodiac Maritime, a company owned by Israeli billionaire Eyal Ofer's Zodiac Group. So obviously the strategy of deterrence by presence has not reduced tensions in the region, and Iran appears to be on the verge of joining the fight directly instead of just supplying proxies like Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis. The situation is more volatile than ever, and we'll continue to keep our eyes on it and report to you when the information becomes available. So if you're not already a subscriber, become one so you don't miss anything going forward. And in the meantime, I look forward to talking to you again very soon.